God should say amen.
Amen.
One more time.
Amen.
Let all God should say amen.
Amen.
Heavenly Father, just come once again to say thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak of your word, Lord.
Thank you.
Lord, I ask that you will guide me within my tongue, within my speaking voice, Lord, that it will be more of you and less of me, Lord. Lord, I just ask that the message will be clear and be delivered to the ears who may be in need of to hear it, Lord. Lord, we ask that once it's heard, that someone will spread the gospel of you, Lord. That it will touch and reach out to the multitude, Lord. Lord, I'm just thankful for the opportunity, the breath in my body to speak your word, to follow your word. Lord, I ask it all in your darling son, Jesus' name. Amen. I'm just honored and continue praising God for this opportunity.
That's it. That's it.
Respect to my pastor and first lady as we head into this anniversary. If everyone could give my wife a round of applause.
Yeah.
She told me this morning, I said, you preaching, but I feel like I'm nervous. I couldn't even sleep. So keep her lifted up.
Yeah. All right.
If you could, please turn your Bible to the book of Matthew. Matthew, the 13th chapter. And when you reach the 13th chapter, we're going to start with verse 24.
All right.
When you have it, say amen.
Amen.
Still looking for it, say hold on.
Hold on.
All right.
That's a good one, bro.
Amen. Another parable he put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, An enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles and to burn them, but gather the wheat into the barn. And the parable put forth unto them, saying, oh, sorry about that. I went a little too far. I got a little too happy with it right there. But with this message that was delivered to me, if you could turn to your neighbor or your favorite gossip buddy and say, just keep growing in the Lord. Amen. Now, I was told I'm preaching today, but I'm preaching, but I'm just talking to my family. I just want to talk to my family today. And let's talk about the word. Now, Jesus, many times, he told parables. And when he told parables, he gave an illustration. And the illustration was of a spiritual subject that might have been too heavy for just a common man. So he would break it down into something that was of day-to-day basis, of everyday life. If you would, could you just take the time and just visualize being in the field? Seeing the plowed rows of dirt and soil, being in the elements, the sun shining, and you see the farmers and sowing the seed. with that visualization, you think about a seed. A farmer, when he plants a seed, he pretty much knows what the seed is and the outcome of what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Now, with planting a seed, there's still hope. Still, we don't know if it's going to grow, how tall it's going to grow,
Right.
how bountiful it's going to be, how fruitful it's going to be.
All right.
So when we plant that seed, there's still a hope. When I continue to read, when I went past the scripture, there's another parable that speaks about faith. Faith the size of a mustard seed. Something that's so small but still can grow in plenty. So when we have planted seed, that is a faith that we have that we can grow. Going back to the text, it said that the farmer planted good seed. So that was the hope of something good to grow in the wheat crop.
Right.
Now, but the enemy came and he planted tares or weeds within the wheat crop. So when the time when the wheat started to bud and started to get to blades, the weeds were already there. So that's the thing about the enemy. See, when you think about a seed, a plant, you have to nurture it. It has to water, it has to, the germination has to have the sun. I know a lot of people who may be familiar with Bible knows that it takes a lot of time and care for a plant or a seed to grow. But see, the enemy just plants the weed just grows wild on its own. So he planted the weeds, he just went his own way. See, the enemy didn't come back, he couldn't nurture the weed. He didn't nurture it, he didn't come back to care for it. He just came in the night and went away.
Right.
So, with the parable of Jesus saying that of the wheat crop, we know that weeds can be a pain. I remember as a little boy, my grandmother had a garden, and in order to keep the garden well maintained, it would pull up the weeds.
That's
You
right.
had to get your hands dirty.
You're
You
right.
had to get down and pull up the weeds. But in this case, couldn't pull up the weeds. So if you pull up the weeds, it would damage the crop itself. So anything that we have in our life, negativity that we have, is there for a reason. So with that, we must continue to keep growing in the Lord.
Right.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
So when I look at it, I make a comparison to myself, right, about how the wheat and the weeds were mixed together. See, sometimes we see the weeds as only as the negativity, but also it helps us.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be the faithful person that you are today if it wasn't for some of the things that went bad in your life.
Come on.
You wouldn't have the understanding that you have today if it was something that was bad that happened into your life.
All right.
So when we have weeds in our life, we'll keep our faith as we do with the seed. So we must still keep growing in the Lord.
Yeah.
Now we may have our own views of each other, and sometimes we don't look how we feel. We don't look like the stress or the burdens that we've been through.
Yeah.
So some people may look at us like we don't have weeds in our life.
Come on now.
The worker said to the farmer, "Didn't you sow good seeds in your field?"
Yeah.
All right.
So somebody might say to you, "Well, didn't you come from a two-parent household?" Okay.
All right.
But how do you have this?
Yeah.
Didn't you go to college and didn't have any trouble with the police or anything like that? But there's still weeds in our lives.
Right.
And they're still there as they grow together.
Yeah.
So we must still continue to grow in the Lord.
Yeah.
There's also, some of us may have fell on a hard time.
Right.
Followed a different path that was less righteous.
Come on.
So in the midst of the weeds, they don't really see the good seed of crop that you really are.
All right.
So they asked again, did you sow good seed? But let's say, well, you got a police record.
Yeah.
but it's still a good seed.
Mm.
You may have made some bad decisions and choices in your life,
All right.
but you're still a good seed in the midst of the weeds.
All right.
So when you come and you give yourself to the Lord and you understand, you see God's word, then you continue to grow. You
That's
continue
it.
to get the nurture. You continue to get the sunlight. You continue to get the understanding. So you continue to grow in the Lord.
Yeah.
Amen. Now, in this chapter is very interesting. If you read further in the chapter on your own, Jesus explains the symbolism of this parable. If you could, it was just awesome when I read it, to read it at home to kind of get the feel for yourself. Right? But it was just so awesome how he just put just the farm life into the kingdom. Amen. So as the weeds and the crop grows, we still have our burdens. All right. See, we know the rain shall rain on the just and the unjust together.
Right.
Just like the weeds and the good crop. So as we continue to grow, it's up to us to, we know how to be of good faith. We know we have to be a good doctor.
All right.
But you know it's gonna, the devil is always busy. The enemy is always busy. There's always many a night that the devil will come and sow the weeds in your life. So when it comes to going to Sunday school to learn more, when it comes to Bible study, prayer meeting, that's right there just a little bit more fertilizer or something to aid to help us grow into the Lord.
All right. Yeah. Come on.
Now going back to the text, he said they wanted to pull him up. I wonder if some of the bad things that was taken away while I was still growing, where would I be? All right. Because sometimes we are shaped and molded into the things that kind of test us. See, we might look at it as just maybe negativity, but you know that God brings a storm our way. And we have to be faithful. So what way to test our faith is something when we have a struggle that's ahead of us.
Yeah.
Amen. So as the workers, they asked to boot up, the farmer, he's wise. You can tell he's been a farmer for a while. Right? They said, no, let them grow together until the harvest.
All right. Come on.
Now, with the parable that's being likened to in the harvest, we know that on that great day when Jesus comes back for his children,
Yeah.
God calls the children home.
Oh, yeah.
That there's going to be a separation.
All right.
So when you grow into the Lord, and he's going to know who his faithful children are.
Right.
So as it said in the text, the weeds are going to be bundled up, and the wheat crop is going to be placed into the barn, and the weeds are going to be burned. And just like those of the unrighteous, we all know of that place, but we all know we want to go to the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
So we want to grow into the Lord.
Uh-huh.
We all know we have to gather ourselves and be aware of the enemy and what he places in our lifetime. So we must continue to grow in the Lord. Now I look around and some people may not understand farming. I know we've been far removed from the farm of our ancestors and our grandparents. Millennials. All my millennial generation, it might be a story just like social media that we use so often. Think about everything you post on social media.
Yeah.
It's a positivity.
Uh-huh.
It's an uplift. Now we know that there's a lot of enemy agents that may hack your page.
Yeah.
Meaning they infiltrate your page and put something that is not of your character, that is a
There you
negativity.
go. There you go.
So in the same way as the former, they had the problem with the weeds, you have a problem with negativity. but still knowing that you will keep pressing on, you will still keep growing within the Lord. Corporate Americans, as you go to your office in your cubicles, and you sometimes might have to be placed on a team to work a project or a job. Now, you may be the faithful worker that's on time, that's diligent in your work, that talks, but the team may be less productive.
Come on.
They may be a little lazy.
Yeah.
They may be a little late to work, but knowing that you are deep inside as a hard worker, you are still growing. So in that case, you're still growing in the Lord. That you will keep pressing on. Then I think about my pastor. 25 years of service along with his first lady.
Yeah.
Things that come about that he had to face in that journey. And still, he was growing in the Lord. When you ever seen a member in months, but they call you on the dime when they want you to pray for Big Mama in the hospital. Kept growing in the Lord. When behind doors they may hate your guts, but then they still want you to pray for them. So you still kept pressing on and understanding you kept growing in the Lord. When you had adversity, when you had someone that wanted to break you out of your character, want to get you out of your mind, want to get you out of your spirit, but you pressed on and understand from the nurturing that you had, you still kept growing in the Lord. Pastor talked about my grandfather and bringing me and my sister to church. All that was a little bit of sun here. Pastor would speak. That was a little bit of water there. We would go to Bible study and prayer meeting. That was a little bit of plant food here. We all remember BTU. There was a little bit of pear there. So you would grow in the Lord. So everything that we come across, that we know that in the weeds of our life, that there'll be the separation. We all look a good seed. See, further in the text, when the disciples, they came and asked, could you explain to us the parable of the weeds? They wanted to hear it one more time. He said, well, the sower of the good seed is the Son of Man, which is Jesus Christ. And he said the field is the word. And the tares or the weeds are devils of the enemy. And the sower of those tares is the devil himself.
Right.
And with the weeds and the crop growing together, because it said they'll be side by side. The righteous and the unrighteous. The just and the unjust. So when they come, it's going to be a separation. We know of that great day. We wait for that great. Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. Understand there's going to be a great day. There's going to be a separation. It is prophesied and it is said that his son will return to gather all of his children and the angels. So once that separation is made, the weeds are going to be gathered up, and the wheat is going to be placed in the barn. I want to go to the barn.
Come on, man.
I want to go to heaven.
Amen.
Who all wants to go to heaven? Understanding that it's not just alone, we have to be faithful. We have to be learn of his word. We have to spread his word. We have to spread his word, speak his word. And understand that there's a seed that may need a little bit more extra care. See, we are our own planters as well. I'll plant a seed in my children. You plant a seed in your children. Your neighbor, your co-worker. We're all still a good seed. You just have to get a little nurturing care. So when it comes down to it, you have to continue to grow in the Lord. With everything you see, you might have doubts. When you might have trials and tribulations, knowing that those are just weeds and they're temporary. There will be a separation. keep growing in the Lord.
Amen.
When someone you love may talk down,
Right.
but you know your character.
Amen.
You know your God. You know your heart. Keep growing in the Lord.
All right.
When you want to do right and somebody that you know from back in the day want to draw you back to where they are.
All right.
You're rising above, you're growing above the weeds. Keep growing in the Lord.
All right.
Because when that day comes, I want to be in that.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Good.
I want to be the good crop.
That's it.
Because when he calls my name and tells me,
Oh, yes. Yes.
That's good.
good job,
Yeah.
well done,
Yes. Yes.
thy servant. I want to be in the barn. I want to keep continuing as I'm on this earth to learn more in the Lord. And I just want everyone to do the same. If something has came to you, that you can still grow into the Lord. The weeds may come in your life, the enemy may come, but only for that one night.
Just keep going.
Just keep growing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
That's good.
All right.
It's all right.
What an appreciation for the Word of God through the eyes of who used to be a child.
Yeah.
I used to put him on my lap.
Do it now.
No, I ain't gonna try that, man. I know his father, his mother, his sister, his family, his aunt. I know you all are just excited as we are that he has allowed God to do what?
Make him accessible to the Holy Spirit.
As we prepare for our Lord's Supper, first of all, if there is one here today, I know that I always pressing and one of the most important ordinances is our Lord's Supper. If you get today and you decide I'm not going to sit through another service and make a change in my life, I want to go to the barn too. Boy, that's preaching. You preach that.
That's all right.
When I would get out of character and do crazy stuff, my mother used to say, "Where did you get that from?"
Yeah.
I learned some cuss words that I know didn't come from mama's house, picked up some habits, tried to smoke once. They don't have ashtrays in my mama's house.
Right.
And she would say, "Where did you get that?" She wanted to know what created the environment for you to be ungodly.
Right.
And when I looked at this in the 28th verse, there are 5 words that give every one of us the answer. You do not have to walk through life wondering why stuff is happening to you. You don't have to scratch your head and look, what's going on, Lord? I mean, why did my husband die? Why am I getting sick? Why? It's in the text. 5 words in verse 28. It says, an enemy has done this. Quit tripping on why stuff is happening to you. It says it. You ain't got no joy. An enemy has done this. You out of fellowship with Christ. An enemy has done this. You can't keep your mouth off of other folk. An enemy has done this. Your children are parenting you when you need to be parenting them. An enemy has done this. Lord, boy, I'm not going to preach this, man. But there used to be some good butt whoopings in the barn. They called it shade. Kids don't know about that. When Daddy took you to the shed, you came out walking right. Acting right. An enemy. Why are there weeks between the tags? An enemy. If you're here today, just move out of your seat expeditiously. Give me your hand, God, your heart. If it's counseling you need, if perhaps during the altar call you didn't move and you need to move now. Perhaps this preacher said something, this deacon gave us a glimpse of heaven. We won't hold on, but we want to know that you're invited to come. This is one of the devil has never invited you to come to hell. But God has opened an invitation. And He's waiting and He's welcoming you. Don't just be an extension of the church. Be the church. Be the church. Look at God. Look at God. Amen. Y'all may not know this lady who's dressed to kill this morning. But that's Sister Sim's mother. And Sister Sim, we're going to come and find out what your needs are and what God has moved you from your seat.
Amen.
I realize that we're used to getting out right at 1 o'clock, and I don't want anybody to be mad at me, but please let the benediction wait on you. A lot of times we run out of church to go nowhere. Just don't want to be in God's presence. And then you have certainly, I cannot wait on next Sunday, Pastor James Foster III of the Anointed Fellowship Church, my son, will be preaching the gospel. And then on the third Sunday, Brother Lonnie Thomas. And on the anniversary service, my friend Dr. Michael Walker from the Brockton, Massachusetts Messiah Baptist Church, retired. He has promised to share with us during that morning.
Amen.
So I'm excited. Just give Pat a few moments to gossip on the front.